Hi, second grade, and happy Tuesday. I have a little math lesson for you. Before I start the math lesson, I want to do a little review from some of the things we covered yesterday on Monday's math page. So the words that we learned yesterday were faces, edges, and corners. So the word faces, when I say faces, am I talking about this? No. I'm talking about the faces of a 3D shape. So we talked about cubes, so I'm going to count the faces on this cube. The faces are the flat surfaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. A cube has 6 faces. When I talk about edges, this is where 2 faces meet. So I can see, or 2 or more faces meet. And I can see that this face is meeting this face to make an edge. So let's count the edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 edges. And then corners are where your edges meet. So 2 or 3 or more edges meet to make a corner. So these 3 edges are meeting right here to create a pointed corner. So this cube has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 corners. All right, so we have faces, edges, and corners. And another way we can say corners is vertices. Everybody just try saying it. Vertices. Great. So today we have even more vocabulary to learn. Some of it you've already learned before in the past. Some of it might be new. You may know it all, but let's listen because I might be able to add a little more to your definition that you already have in your brain. So listen closely as I'm going over these. The first word that we're going to be going over is polygon. Say it. Polygon. All right, and a polygon is any shape that has 3 or more sides. The only thing that you need to make sure is that that shape is a closed figure. And that's a little bit confusing, but I'll give you a good example. If I draw this triangle and this triangle. I have these 2 triangles right here. This one, I can't get in from the outside because all of it is closed off. Here, on this one, this isn't a triangle because it's not a closed figure. I could get right inside. To make this a polygon, it has to be a closed figure. All right, so any shape that has 3 or more sides and is a closed figure is a polygon. So these next 5 shapes we're going over, they're all polygons. The first one is a triangle. We have 2 triangles here. We have 3 triangles here. They can be small, they can be tall, they can be long. Triangles are just shapes that have 3 sides. 1, 2, 3 sides, and they also have 3 angles. So I have 1 angle, 2 angles, 3 angles. All right, so a triangle is a closed figure. It has 3 sides and 3 angles. Those are the things we have to create a triangle. And then we have a square. A square has 4 sides and 4 angles. So it's also a polygon because it's a closed figure. But one special thing about a square is that all of its sides are equal. So this side is the same length as this side, and this side is the same length as this side, and then lastly our 4th side is also the same length. So a square is a polygon that has 4 equal sides and 4 square corners. So that brings us to this word. What is a square corner? So a square corner is a corner that is perfectly pointed and squared. And the way we can check if something is a square corner is with just an index card. I'm going to take this index card and I'm going to put it into the corner of this square. And I can see that it fits perfectly. That means this is a full square corner. This is a square corner. And then if I were to look at this parallelogram, this is not a square corner because the purple doesn't ride right up the side of the index card. Let's try this triangle. I put it right in the corner, but this angle goes too far. It's not a square corner. So on the board right now, I only have squares that have square corners, but there are some triangles that will have a square corner. Watch this. Looking at this triangle, I'm going to put my index card in. I have a perfect square corner. So it's not just squares that have square corners. Triangles can as well, and so can other shapes. So keep that in mind. All right. Moving on to a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral is any polygon that has 4 sides. So this square is a quadrilateral, but I can also make like a crazy one. As long as it's a closed figure with 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral is any polygon with 4 sides. So moving on to another quadrilateral is a parallelogram. We have a parallelogram, and a parallelogram is a polygon that has 4 sides, and two sets of the sides are parallel. So here's this word, parallel sides. And what that means is, if I look at this shape, if these 2 sides went on forever, I'm going to draw a dotted line to pretend they're going on forever. These are never going to touch. They are parallel sides because no matter how long those go on, they will never touch. But I said there's 2 sets. This is set 1, the top and the bottom. There's another set of parallel lines on this parallelogram. Yeah, it's this other 2 sides. Just because they're diagonal doesn't mean they can't be parallel as well. Because I can make these go on forever and they're never going to cross. You will never see parallel lines cross like this. So a parallelogram is a quadrilateral. It's a polygon. It has 4 sides and 2 sets of parallel sides. Can you see any other shapes on this board that have parallel sides? I like to think about my arms. My arms are parallel right now, but now they're not. They're not touching yet, but if they extended a little further, they would. So parallel, not parallel. So this square has parallel sides. So set 1 and set 2. Those sides will never touch. All right, the last polygon that we're going to go over is a hexagon. So this is a hexagon, and a hexagon is a polygon with 6 sides. So a hexagon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. All right. And so the last word that we see on this page, or these Tuesday pages, is tangrams. And you're going to notice that in your packet, you have this page. So you're gonna cut this tangram out and you're gonna cut all the dark black lines. So you should have 7 shapes when you're done. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles, 1 square, and 1 parallelogram. All right? And so when we come back to school, we're gonna see real plastic tangrams, and I have enough for everyone. So you can see I have 2 triangles that are this size. I have a square. I have a medium-sized triangle. I have 2 larger triangles. And I have 1 parallelogram. All right? So when we're using tangrams, that's what we're talking about. It's just these 7 pieces that you can create other shapes with. Some more examples of these shapes. These are some cubes that or blocks that you're used to. This is a hexagon because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. This is a trapezoid, but we can also call it what? A quadrilateral or a polygon. And then last, this, some of us remember this as a diamond, but if we look, it's also a parallelogram because this side and this side are parallel and the top and the bottom are parallel. So today, when you're going through your Tuesday math work, I want you thinking about all of these things. Please rewind the video if you need to. And this should help you answer all of the questions for Tuesday math. And if you have any questions at all, you can FaceTime me. You can have somebody text me and I will send extra support. All right, 2nd grade, you got this. I'm really excited that we're starting something new. I can't wait to hear back all the positive feedback. You all are gonna do amazing. And remember, what are you? Mathematicians. Keep it up, 2nd grade.